Hi, this is Cheryl St.Pierre of Majestic Wire Artworks. In this video, we're going to make these cute little leaf earrings, and the supply list is in the description below. The beads that are used are really small. These are 2mm bicones, but the common seed beads that fit on 20 gauge wire can be used instead. I just wanted to show you these bicones. They're hard to find, and I wanted just to tell you my little secret of where I found them. The only place I've ever found them is on eBay, and you need to do a 2mm bicone search, and I do it every time I'm on eBay. And mind you, I don't need to anymore because I think I have just about every color, and they're always auctions. And I believe they usually come in a package of 1,000 at a time. And so if you're wanting to get them, that's the only place I've seen them, and I love them. And they just add a little bit more glitz. Seed beads are pretty too, and there's some really nice seed beads out there. So don't get me wrong, that's not going to take away from the earring. So I'm using some black AB bicones on this particular pair. And I also wanted to show you, I've got an ear nut on here, and I put it on here to remind me to remind you, or to talk about it with you, how important they are on earrings, especially homemade earrings that you don't want to lose. So they're multi-purpose. They're gonna, especially with this style of earring, they're gonna help keep the earrings in position on your ears, because especially with this type of earring, if they move forward, they're gonna look funny, and they usually don't go too far back. But what this does is it ensures that the earring sits properly, as well as loss prevention, because with these on, your earrings cannot come out of your ears. So you could even sleep with the earrings in, and you're good to go. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So I'm ready to begin, and I'm hoping you are too. So you just need your 2 pieces of 5-inch 20 gauge wire, and you need to take your ruler, and you need to bend them at 2 inches. So I'm bending both of them. And I'm going to teach how to reverse the leaves. You don't have to, but I'm going to teach it anyways, because see how it's at the one side? You could have one going one way and the other going the other way. It's not crucial, but I'm just going to show you the leaf making part, going both ways. So what you need to do is take your chain nose or flat nose pliers. I usually don't use a flat nose pliers because I can use my chain nose for that. And you're gonna, at that bend, you're gonna make it a sharp bend, and pinch it together like that. And you want to do both of them at the same time. Okay, and the reason why you want to do both of them is because when you spread them apart like this, it's going to dictate the size of the leaf. And you want your 2 leaves to be very similar in size. See how this one bent? I'm just going to straighten that up. And open that up. And just compare those 2. And it's this length here will make a difference, and I'm going to crimp that together a little bit more. Okay, like that. You're going to need a pencil, a nice round pencil, the same kind I use for making ear wires, so it's going to be multi-purpose in this in this design. Okay, so you see how you have a short end and a long end? Okay, the short end is what's making the leaf. The long end is going to be making the ear wire. So in order to reverse them, you're going to have one with the long wire on the left side of the pencil, or the upper, depending how you're looking at it. And then the other one, you're going to have the long end on the opposite side. So just opposites. Okay, so you've got your pencil like this. They should be similar in size because we've made this similar. And you're going to take the shorter end and put it over the longer piece, and you're going to bend the longer piece so it's underneath. This is what I mean right there. Okay, and then you're going to look at it and you're going to try and bend it, the longer piece, centered, so that it bends like this, pretty much centered, so that it's going parallel with the tip of the leaf. Okay, and then you're going to take the shorter wire and you're going to wrap it around just once around the base, and that is the shape of the leaf right there. Okay, so now you're going to do that with the other one. So we had the long wire on this side for the other one, and we're going to do just the opposite with this one. So I've got the shorter wire and we're going to make it on top and the longer one underneath, and then bend it so that it's in the middle, and I wrap the shorter one once around like so. And your leaves should be opposites. Whoops, get that in focus there. Okay, see, they're opposites, and they're the same size. That's important. Okay, so the next step, now we don't have to worry about opposites. Everything's okay now. And you're just going to bend that so that it's a little bit past the center like that. And do the same for the other one. Okay, just like that. And then they look. Okay, and now you can put 3 beads on each. So from this point on, we can just work one earring at a time. So I'm only going to work on one earring for the rest of the video. And so put the 3 beads on, whether it's bicones or seed beads. Whoops. Okay, and now I want to snip off, and I mean, you're going to do this with both of them. See where, right where it splits apart, that's whereabouts you want to snip it off, maybe even a tiny bit more. You might want to do it a tiny bit more than that. I mean, you might want it a little bit longer, not snip off more. Okay, and now I use the tip of my chain nose pliers to do this bend, because I'm just trying to do not even a loop, but just bend it in amongst itself. And what that is doing is just locking the beads in place. I mean, so they can't fall off. And there's no sharp point. And now see how it's sitting above the leaf? I'm going to push it down so that it goes in the middle of the leaf. So now it's sitting in the middle. Okay, so that is the decorative part of the ear wire. So the next thing you're going to do is straighten this wire out so that you think that this leaf is sitting the way you want it to. And we're gonna, at this point, we're gonna measure from the top of the leaf, and we're gonna measure 1.5 inches. And I'll have it, that measurement isn't crucial to be 1.5 inches for those doing metric, as long as both earrings are the same, and it's approximately 1.5. So I'll have an approximate millimeter measurement written in the descriptions for you. Okay, so I'm gonna grab that there at 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna snip it off. And this is gonna be the tip of the ear wire. So at this point, you're gonna take your file and you're gonna make it nice. You're gonna file it from all directions. Don't go back and forth. I was told a long time ago, because that'll make a sharp edge on it, and we're trying to just make it nice and smooth so that it's comfortable going in the ear. See, in there I went back and forth, and it's so easy to do. Okay, see how the wire bent on me, so it's soft. So now we got to try and make it hard. So first thing I'm going to do before we hammer it is I'm just going to straighten it with these pliers like this. And this helps strengthen too, but we've got to work harden them so that there. Okay, so now I'm going to take my anvil and we're going to hammer it to work harden it. Now I tend to hammer on the sides. And we don't want to go too hard because we don't want to flatten it. Okay, we're hammering it now, and we will hammer it in another stage again. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, okay, is you got to have the front of the leaf facing you. It's up, and we're gonna bend it at 8 millimeters. So if you want to mark on your pliers where 8 millimeters is, mine is the full width, and chances are yours is too. So I'm just holding the pliers right against the top of the leaf, and I'm giving it a slight bend, just a slight bend, just to mark where I want to put my pencil. See, and it just sits in that marking. You're going to hold your thumb against the pencil and the wire, and you're going to take it and bend it and use the pencil to form the ear wire. Okay, so like that. And I see that this is crooked, so I'm going to straighten that. And it's sitting crooked this way, so we want to straighten that too. And I'm also kind of giving it a squeeze around the bend to kind of lock in the shape, because that's where you need the strength. Okay, so you're checking, is the ear wire sitting right? I think the leaf is off. I'm going to support the ear wire, bend the leaf, my finger like that. Okay. Oops. Okay, I have happy with the position? Are you happy with the position? Okay, so one more time. We're going to do hammering. Okay, so the next step is we'll grab your round nose pliers and move this out of the way. Give it a bend like this. Like that. And then you take your pencil and put it in that, into the oh man, I'm not very good with words tonight. Okay, so we're going to put it right in the curve and push this down so it is parallel with the leaf. Okay, and then it looks like that. And we're going to hammer it again. Every time we do this, it'll just make it a little that much more strong. Okay, and now it's just ready to do your little curve at the end. And it's done. And that's all there's to it. Quick, easy, fun, relaxing, except for the hammering. There. Well, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless. Bye for now.